everyone. I am Shwari Dash. Welcome to the Knowledge Club Online. I am going to discuss today about the immune system in our body. At first, what is immunity? Immunity term comes from a Latin word immunis. Latin word immunis, which means the free from burdens. In biology, what are the burdens? It's obviously the disease causes microorganisms like virus, bacteria, protozoa, etc. Our immune system consists of a collection of cells, chemicals, processes which are continuously defended with the microorganisms or pathogens like virus, bacteria and toxins. In simple words, our immune system continuously fighting with the microorganisms and says goodbye after killing them. Every day we are alive, human encounter potentially harmful disease-causing organisms or pathogens like bacteria and viruses. Yet most of us are still able to function properly and live life without constantly being sick. That's because the human body requires a multi-layered immune system to keep it running smoothly. The two main classes of immune systems are the innate immune system and adaptive immune system, means the acquired immunity. In this article, we will discuss the first line of defense. It means the innate immune system. So friends, let's start today's knowledge gathering session. Stay tuned. If you are first time in our channel, please subscribe this channel for getting our every video update at your bell button. And if you subscribed already, then thanks a lot for your supporting and follow our videos regularly. In order to be effective, the immune system needs to be able to identify which particles are foreign and which are a part of your body. Let's define some terms before we jump into how this works. Cell refers to particles such as proteins and other molecules that are a part of or made by our body. They can be found circulating in our blood or attached to different tissues. Something that is self should not be targeted and destroyed by the immune system. The non-reactivity of the immune system to self particles is called tolerance. Non-self refers to particles that are not made by your body and are recognized as potentially harmful. These are sometimes called foreign bodies. Non-self particles or bodies can be bacteria, viruses, parasites, pollen, dust and toxic materials. The non-self particles and foreign bodies that are infectious or pathogenic like bacteria, viruses and parasites make proteins called antigens that allow the human body to know that they intend to cause damage. Antigens are anything that causes an immune response. Antigens can be enter pathogens like bacteria, viruses, fungi and parasites or smaller proteins that pathogens express. Antigens are like a name tag for each pathogen that announces the pathogen's presence to your immune system. Some pathogens are general, whereas others are very specific. A general antigen would announce, I am dangerous, whereas a specific antigen would announce, I am a bacterium that will cause an infection in your gastrointestinal tract, or I am the influenza virus. Cytokines are molecules that are used for cell signaling or cell-to-cell communication. Cytokines are similar to chemokines, wherein they can be used to communicate with neighboring or distant cells about initiating an immune response. Cytokines are also used to trigger cell trafficking or movement to a specific area of the body. Chemokines are a type of cytokines that are released by infected cells. Infected host cells release chemokines in order to initiate an immune response and to warn neighboring cells of the threat. I told previously, our immune system divided in two types. Innate means natural and adaptive or acquired immunity. Then, what is the innate immune system? The innate immune system is made of defenses against infection that can be activated immediately once a pathogen attacks. The innate immune system is essentially made up of barriers that aim to keep viruses, bacteria, parasites and other foreign particles out of our body or limit their ability to spread and move throughout the body. The innate immune system includes species immunity, racial immunity and individual immunity. Animals of same species exhibit uniform pattern of susceptibility to infections, which called species immunity. In example, bee anthracis infects human but not chicken. The physiological and biochemical differences between tissues of different species may be responsible for species-specific immunity. Racial immunity means it's showing immunity in a particular colony or members under same species. In example, Algerian race of sheep is immune to anthrax, which is a common disease of other races of sheep. Such racial differences in human could be shown due to environmental conditions, social habits and economic status. Certain individuals may be found within a highly susceptible population who unaccountably cannot be infected by some microorganisms even though they have no previous contact with the same. This type of individual immunity is commonly observed in an endemic outbreak of an infection. This is actually very important in present scenario of corona outbreak. Everybody saying about the immunity boosters, increased body immunity power, blah blah blah. This is nothing else growing the individual immunity power. I discussed at a previous lecture on immunity boosters in Bengali. If you want that in English, please write at my comment box. I will make that video also in English. Now, what is or are the mechanism of action of innate immunity? That means natural resistance action. In any given city, there are those who live there permanently and those that are just passing through. It's interesting to note that on the human body, the same basic concept occurs with respect to flora. The connection of microorganisms inhabiting a person. There are two types of flora, normal flora and transient flora. Let's distinguish between the two and showcase some examples of each. Normal means resident flora are microorganisms that are always present on or in a person and usually do not cause any disease. These are like the permanent residents of a city. They are not just passing through. Depending on what part of the body we are talking about, the normal flora can vary. For instance, on the skin, normal flora is made up of bacteria such as Staphylococci. In the mouth, bacteria called Streptococci can be found. Just like the normal residents of a city like to keep their city in order, resident flora typically do not cause problems to the person. However, just like some people take advantage of a city and its residents when it's weak by committing crimes, some resident flora are potentially opportunistic pathogens. What that big term means is that these microorganisms lay low and cause no trouble when the person is healthy. However, as soon as they sense the person is sick with another serious problem, they strive to cause a disease of their own. While cities have permanent residents, they also have visitors. This is like transient flora. Episodic microorganisms found on or in a person. Some of these guys cause no trouble, like tourists passing through a city, while others are most definitely trouble, like terrorists coming into a city to wreak havoc. Transient or temporarily in skin flora refers to the microorganisms that transiently colonize the skin. This includes bacteria, fungi and viruses which reach the hands, for example, by direct skin-to-skin contact or indirectly via objects. Depends on this normal flora and transient flora, natural resistance has three components: the physicochemical, cellular and humoral. First type of natural resistance is physicochemical barrier. Physical barriers are the epithelial surface, skin and mucosa, and cilia, while chemical barriers include bactericidal secretion. Our body is a closed system separated from the environment by skin mainly, right? See, most of the parts is covered with the skin externally, except few areas which part are not skin. It has mucous membrane, which are impermeable to the particulate material of the microorganisms. The intact skin not only provides a mechanical barrier to the invading microorganisms, but also provides bactericidal secretions. The sebaceous secretions containing unsaturated fatty acids like oleic acid and free saturated fatty acids have bactericidal and fungicidal actions. The skin can be freed of transient flora readily by washing and application of disinfectant. That's why in corona outbreak, telling to wash your hands regularly and properly. Sanitize all your open body parts after returning from outside. The inhaled bacteria and other particulate material are arrested in the tortuous nasal passages on the moist surfaces of the mucous membrane lining. Thus, inspired air is largely free of bacteria in the upper respiratory passage, and those that pass beyond the larynx are trapped in the bronchial mucosa, and only a few may reach the bronchioles and alveoli. The sticky mucus secretions of respiratory mucosa acts as a trapping mechanism, and the hair-like cilia sweeps the secretion containing the foreign particles materials towards the oropharynx, where it is swallowed or coughed out. The cough reflex basically plays an important defensive role of respiratory tract. Small particulate materials which manage to reach the alveoli are ingested by phagocytic cell present here. I will discuss about phagocytic cell little bit later. The nasal and respiratory secretion contain mucopolysaccharides which can neutralize influenza and some other viruses. In the same time, mind it, who has inherited or acquired defects in the function of respiratory cilia or mucus, or both make the lungs vulnerable to infection. Saliva in mouth possesses mild bactericidal action. The anaerobic colon bacteria produce fatty acids with antibacterial activity. The term colonization resistance refers to resistance offered by the predominant normal flora to infection. In example, low pH of gastric acid destroys most of the ingested coliform bacteria. The conjunctivitis are freed of bacteria and dust particles by the flushing action of tears. Lacrimal secretions. Lysozyme present in tears is bactericidal in action. The genitourinary tract. The flushing action of the slightly acidic urine maintains sterility of both male and female urethra. Semen is believed to contain antibacterial substances. The acid reaction of the vaginal secretion in female due to fermentation of glycogen by lactobacillus, the normal flora, is markedly bactericidal towards most pathogenic organisms. These are all over about the physico-chemical barriers present in our body. But once the infective agent has crossed the barrier of body surface, the tissue factors come into play for body defense. There are two types of tissue factors, cellular factors and humoral factors. In cellular factors, phagocytes accumulate at the site of infection along with outpouring of natural antibacterial substances and deposition of fibrin. Fibrin entangles or traps the organisms and acts as a barrier to spread of infection. Phagocyte means eating cell, which describes what role phagocytes play in the immune response. Phagocytes circulate throughout the body looking for potential threats like bacteria and viruses to engulf and destroy. They can think of phagocytes as security guards on petrol. Classified the phagocytic cells are macrophages. Example, polymorphonuclear leukocytes. Another is macrophages, that is the mononuclear phagocytic cells. Neutrophil polymorphonuclear leukocytes called polymorphs are short-lived cells produced in the bone marrow and circulate in the bloodstream for about 6 to 7 hours. Polymorphs arrive rapidly at the scenes of infection attracted by the chemotactic substances released at the site of injury. Phagocytosis is promoted in the presence of specific antibody and component. Macrophages, these are mononuclear phagocytic cells distributed throughout the body, both circulating in the blood as wandering amoeboid cells, the monocytes, as well as fixed cells in tissue, histiocytes, and reticular endothelial cells, those lining spleen, liver, lymph nodes, thymus as the sinus lining macrophage. Phagocytic action can be divided into 4 stages. Chemotaxis. Phagocytes reach the site of infection. Number 2. Attachment, adherence or infective agent gets to the phagocyte. Number 3. Ingestion. Phagocyte engulfs the particulate material into a vacuole that's called the phagosome, the membrane of which fuses with a lysosome, forming a phagolysosome. Lysosome contains hydrolytic enzymes and other bactericidal substances. And the end step is intracellular killing of bacterium. Most bacteria are shorted in the phagolysosome by the hydrolytic enzymes within a few minutes. Apart from specific antibody, there are a variety of non-specific antibacterial substances in blood and tissues. They are proteins. These factors called humoral factors. Number 1, the properdin. It is present in normal serum in 0.02% of serum protein and causes lysis of gram-negative gram-negative bacteria with the help of Mg++, means magnesium ions, and complement. It has also been found to inactivate some viruses. The complement, though complement system is non-specific, it acts only on microorganisms sensitized by specific antibody. It possesses bactericidal activity. Number 3, the lysozyme. The lysozyme is a bactericidal enzyme of low molecular weight basic protein present in high concentration in polymorphonuclear leukocytes, tears and other body fluids that lyses the mucopeptide of the cell wall of many gram-negative bacteria. Number 4, acute phase proteins. Certain plasma proteins, collectively known as acute phase proteins, increase in concentration during acute inflammatory response as a result of infection or tissue injury. Many acute phase proteins such as C-reactive proteins, while others exhibit only moderate rise, usually less than 5-fold. These acute phase proteins are thought to play defensive role of body. Other antibactericidal substances are the Bir's lysine, basic polypeptides like leucines from leukocytes, plakins from platelets are believed to have antibacterial effects. Interference poses antiviral effect. These are all over the innate immunity system functions. Another type of immunity system is acquired immunity system. About acquired immunity system, not discussing today, we'll discuss in next video. Today's lecture is up to this. I am coming with next video very shortly. Till then, goodbye.
So, if you like our video, please click at the like button and share this video in your circle. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, which will help you to gather more knowledges in future. And if you already subscribed our channel, then click at above bell button to know our channel updates. At last, please write your experience regarding this video at comment box, which will help us to evaluate ourselves. We are coming with our next video shortly. Till then, goodbye.